Good morning everyone, this is Kanvaslight, we're IBEX 2022. The show has been cancelled but the booth was set up, so we're going to show you a quick tour of what you missed and what we'll be releasing this year for 2022, for 2023, and we hope what we're going to show you will find it interesting and you will want to see that in your boats. So in that section, we're going to show you all the fabric Kanvaslight, the different customization, the different densities, the different possibilities, the different compatibilities with different fabrics, some from our partners, Spradling. So I'm going to start on the left, where here you can see the difference between high density fabrics and smooth density fabrics. As you can see, these fabrics, they have more optical fibers, and here they have the density inferior, which makes this product with more lighting output and this one with less lighting output. The idea here is that if you're looking for something powerful with a lot of light, you're going to concentrate on these products, where here you're going to look for something more ambient lighting, something that's going to be accent lighting as well. So the first thing you can see here is a white fabric to generate as much as you can. Here is going to be a black fabric. We just changed the color of the polyester. It's very interesting because once you pull it off, you can see it's a completely black fabric. And then we're going to go to the customization that is very interesting in terms of branding, which is the jacquard technique, where we basically weave a logo, in our case Kanvaslight. And as you can see, the logo is what's lighting up, the rest is not lighting up. So here on the booth, you're going to have like the comparison between high density, low density. Then you're going to be seeing here a white version and a black version. This one is printed. So this shows basically all the possibilities of the fabric. One very good application is integrating Kanvaslight into an awning. As you can see here, the two panels are integrated, and we use a dimmer to just generate more or less light. The very interesting aspect of this is that the electronic is actually not in the fabric, which means there is no risk at all when you want to roll it. And as you can see, I can still keep the light on and roll the actual system. And the system will still be lighting on inside the roller shape. But the electricity is deported, is either in the arms or like in the front balance. And this is very interesting because you can bring light whenever you hold it, no matter the time of the night, and you can change the intensity just using a dimmer. So one very cool thing to do with Kanvaslight is using a masking technique. So how you do that is basically you use Kanvaslight decal or sticker on top that's going to black out the part you don't want, and then you cover it with the material you want to see during the day. So as you can see on the floor right here, we are going to create this kind of very cool designs where you can create a message on the floor that you can light up, this time in white, but it could be in colors. And more creative or more design pieces, such as this wall map that you can see in the middle. And again, this is made out of Kanvaslight. The electronics is deported, so there is actually no electricity in the floor, and that gives you something unique that you couldn't see in any other floors. Some of our coolest development this year is something called Optical wire. So what it is, it's a wire that's going to transport the light from the light injector, the electronic, to the actual fabric. So as you can see here, we are not transporting any electricity. It looks like an electrical wire, but it's actually only transporting light. So the electronic is here. As you can see, the light is shining here. We plug the optical wire in the electronic. The light goes all the way into the optical wires and goes finally to the fabric. That's very interesting because the electronic can be put as far away as we want. And here again is an application when we have this fabric that is here, but the actual electronic, as you can see, is right here. So if I unplug this, the fabric has no more light coming through. So here we basically used a control from ITC to control the light injectors from the MFD screen. So as you can see here, I can control from the MFD screen all the lights. I can turn them off, I can change color, change the brightness. I can only select one zone, and like decide to change with that. So everything that I'm showing now is independent from Kanvaslight. It's more about the controller. But what's important to remember is that Kanvaslight can integrate your actual systems. Lamlight is the first composites lining up. Lamlight, we say, giving light structure, because the idea is we use Kanvaslight and a resin procured from our partner Structure Composites, and we create the composites that is lining up. This is the first time you can see that anywhere. The idea, as you can see here, is create something that is not textile anymore, but something rigid, as you can see, and can be integrated either in the mold or as a pre-laminated panel that you put on the back of a composite structure. This idea is that light becomes a structure. You can imagine endless possibilities that goes from the marine industry to many others, and Lamlight is just the beginning. We hope to see you create cool things with it. So here is the power of Lamlight. As you can see from the first visual aspect, it could look like a backlighting solution, but that's completely different, because actually, as you can see, there is nothing behind it. The light is actually in a very thin layer, which is Kanvaslight laminated with the copper resin. The electronic is put outside. So here, the idea is that we create a panel and we can add either decals, stickers, or directly integrate that, in the gel coat and masking the actual logo in that way. There is multiple solutions to create this kind of effect, and we are happy with Structure Composites and Gartex to help you in that way. So here we wanted to illustrate that this product is actually something very rigid but also flexible, that makes it very resistant for impacts, but also can be integrated into structures that are receiving efforts in their life cycle. As you can see, you can go different speed. There is not really a need for that, but the idea is just we can show that this product is reliable. One of the first and biggest advantage of Lamlight is that there is actually no electricity going along the way, like Kanvaslight, and that you don't need to worry about it is going to break down at one point. And when I say that, I want to make the analogy to LED strips, which are very widely used. And this is a problem that happens quite often, where you have the entire LED strip used somewhere in the boat or in the RV, and you can see that 3 LEDs are going to basically break down at one point. And that, to replace, you have to replace the entire LED strips. With Lamlight, it's completely different. The electricity is actually away from the solution that's going to be lighting up. So if the actual electronic needed to be changed, you wouldn't have to change this part, which means you don't have to change the integration of the application where this is used. The electronic can be put away using either an optical wire or directly on the back, and the electronic is safe, is more likely to last way longer, and the warranty costs are put down on the solution. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed our new creations and developments with Kanvaslight and Lamlight. We look forward to hear back from you, and we look forward to start working with different projects. Thank you. Bye.